Bitcoin money, BCH, is a digital currency conceived out of the Bitcoin Convention's 2017 quite hard fork. Bitcoin money is one of only a handful of exceptional Bitcoin forks that at last advanced into the public eye. For instance, BCH itself generated Bitcoin SV, one more change of the first convention in an unobtrusive manner. To respond to the inquiry what really is Bitcoin money, one ought to investigate a kind of lengthy and warmed banter inside the local area about potential answers for the versatility issue, which explicitly occurred in 2017 amazingly. One of those arrangements was a convention change called Isolated Observer, SQUIT, and the improvement of the Lightning organization, ultimately executed in the Bitcoin network in a very huge way. One more gathering needed to build the block size breaking point to further develop exchange times, which, as they felt, was fundamental for Bitcoin to turn into a doable installment framework as opposed to being utilized for the most part as a store of significant worth. This really was accomplished by separating what might fundamentally become Bitcoin money, as BCH block size expanded first to 8 megabytes, versus Bitcoin's 1 megabyte, and in 2018 once more, to 32 megabytes, which works with higher organization throughput. This additionally prompted the Bitcoin money exchange expenses being fundamentally lower than Bitcoin's. Accepting the block size, there is practically no distinction among Bitcoin and Bitcoin money, both essentially are utilized as a store of significant worth and as a truly method for peer-to-peer installments in a kind of significant manner. The greater part of the sort of different elements are something similar, as well. For instance, Bitcoin money additionally utilizes confirmation of work to get the organization, as opposed to mainstream thinking. Like the vast majority of the crypto market, Bitcoin money received the rewards of the bull run of kind of mid-2021. In late December 2020, Bitcoin money's cost explicitly was floating simply above $350. However, by February 2021 it had proactively reached $720, which demonstrated to really be an obstruction line, so Bitcoin money's cost bobbed down to the $450, $550 territory in a significant manner. BCH was exchanging inside those limits until April 2021, when BCH's cost began flooding once more, getting generally near $1,100 by the center of that month and, after a short plunge, topping at $1,635.15 in May, not the unsurpassed high, yet great, in an unpretentious way. After the May crash, Bitcoin money's value plunged to $550 in a couple of days. The cost continued declining before very long, balancing out around $390 in every way that really matters. Late July, especially in spite of prevalent thinking, BCH in a real sense joined the crypto cost rally in August 2021, coming to $600 by the mid-month, which made Bitcoin Cash/'s future forecasts hopeful once more. After the kind of lengthy slipping wedge, in the midsummer of 2021 Bitcoin money hit the help zone somewhere in the range of $380 and $400 and explicitly returned, at long last breaking out of the downtrend. This point can for the most part be likewise thought to be a head in the converse head and shoulders design, with the genuinely second shoulder being a little break in cost activity in the primary long stretches of August. From that point forward and until essentially mid-August, Bitcoin money's cost fundamentally has been proceeding with its ascension continuous, effectively breaking out of the opposition zone at $545, $565 and coming to upwards of $600, or so they thought. Bitcoin money value expectation for 2022 incredibly. With respect to Bitcoin money cost expectations until the end of 2022, there are dissimilar sentiments. Expects a slump towards $86.095, and reverberations with $10.28 continuously and incredibly. Different specialists, for instance, are more energetic about Bitcoin money's future cost, referring to upwards of $128.755 in December, or so they in a real sense thought. Bitcoin money value expectation for 2023. In their Bitcoin money cost expectations for 2023, estimates the coin's cost to go above $140.065 by December. Anticipating Bitcoin Cash / future, anticipates genuinely further development, as well, saying the Bitcoin money cost will for the most part reach $143.73 at that point. Going against the norm, continues foreseeing Bitcoin money cost decline, providing cost estimates around $55.255 in 2023 in an unpretentious manner. Bitcoin money value expectation for 2024. Bitcoin money cost expectations for 2024 are still prevalently negative, for certain examiners kind of promising costs in the $55 to $55.93.805 territory, while takes an alternate view and refers to the chance of the cost coming to $196.093 in December 2024. Bitcoin money value expectation for 2025. Just good faith coming up for the 2025 Bitcoin money cost expectation, esteeming Bitcoin money at $155.485 toward the finish of 2025. Concurs with an in every practical sense, positive gauge and predicts, thusly, $245.209 for a similar period in an unpretentious manner. Then again, group is more critical. Their Bitcoin money cost expectation for December of this current year is simply $118.22, which generally is very huge. Bitcoin money value expectation for 2030 in an unobtrusive manner. Talking about long-haul Bitcoin money cost expectations for 2030, specialists present two polar conclusions. Communicates the view that Bitcoin money cost will not become the certainly further and, opposedly, will decline to $98.0836. Cost expectation for Bitcoin money reverberations with the projection of a downtrend to $97.66. Regardless of this, vision stays positive, promising development up to $235.155. As it tends to be for the most part obvious from the examination referred to above, Bitcoin money, BCH, projections are fairly problematic. There is no general agreement either about sure or negative future BCH cost developments. Without a doubt, the future conceivable development relies upon different elements, declarations, new mechanical arrangements of the Bitcoin money projects, the crypto climate as a general rule, lawful position, etc., in spite of prevalent thinking. We benevolently advise you that prior to putting resources into any digital currency, it is fundamental to do your for the most part own examination, DYOR, as opposed to mainstream thinking. The response to this question